Jury deliberations are currently underway in Sean Diddy Combs' federal sex trafficking trial. The court heard from 34 witnesses over the course of 7 weeks. Among them, Combs' former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, who detailed years of alleged abuse. Prosecutors say that Combs ran a criminal enterprise and allegedly sex trafficked Ventura, as well as another former girlfriend. We'll call her Jane. The defense says the disgraced rap mogul is being unfairly prosecuted for his sexual lifestyle. Well, now all of this comes down to those specific charges. Combs faces 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, 2 counts of sex trafficking, and 1 count of racketeering. He denies all of those charges. NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas joins us now from outside that courthouse. Chloe, we've heard 7 weeks of testimony, north of 40 witnesses. When you look at it all over the 7 weeks that you've been standing outside that courthouse, what are the key pieces of evidence that the jury is most likely really grappling with today?
I mean, Morgan, like you said, they have to go through a lot of testimony, right? When it comes to the sex trafficking, you're dealing with 2 alleged victims. You're dealing with Cassie Ventura, a former girlfriend of his, and another former girlfriend who testified under the pseudonym Jane. So they have to decide, is her testimony credible? Was she forced into these drug-fueled sex parties, nicknamed freak-offs, hotel nights, or did these women consent and basically have remorse after the fact? Because those are the elements of sex trafficking, and he faces a 15-year mandatory minimum on those. And what the government has to prove is force, fraud, or coercion. Now, when it comes to RICO, which is also racketeering, the RICO conspiracy charge, that's even more complicated. The prosecutors are alleging that Combs ran a criminal enterprise that they said was his kingdom, and that he had individuals working on his behalf, like former assistants, carrying out that illegal activity. And within that charge, there are something called predicate crimes. There are 8 of them that the jury has to consider. Things like bribery, kidnapping, witness tampering, arson. And these jurors, they have to decide if the government proved their case. Do they believe that Combs orchestrated kidnappings? Do they believe that Combs was behind blowing up Kid Cudi's car? I also want to make mention that Combs' family is leaving the courthouse behind me right now because that jury, Morgan, has begun deliberating. They've been in the deliberation room for about a half hour, and you can imagine that they're going to be nearby this courthouse in the event that they have to come back, because if there is a verdict, they're not going to have much time to get into that courtroom. It could be quite fast.
And with a lot at stake.